Welcome to Left of Center.
Sounded robotic.
Welcome to Left of Center. Hello, everybody.
Lost in space.
Welcome to our show. We're rolling with two new guests. Well, we got Phil Talon, who just walked in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Welcome, Phil.
In a tie.
Yeah.
I've noticed ever since Lindsey left, you sound more robotic.
Yeah, I know.
think that's
completely different.
I'm a little off without the notorious LMP here.
That's fun. You're doing one headphone. Is that like you're trying to?
I want to be able to hear.
I like
the banter.
Oh,
because
you can't hear it in your ears.
No,
you weren't on a sub, Phil.
Yeah,
That's
good
right,
point.
Phil.
Oh, sorry.
Feels like
put both cups on, man.
Yeah.
Welcome to the studio to Jill Gajewski, who's replacing Lindsey today.
Can you use that word, replacing?
No, she's filling in for Lindsey. Well, Lindsey's absent. How about that?
Well, Lindsey's working on a real job.
It's like speed dating with Jill. We're just trying it out. If this turns into a nightmare, I mean,
I like that.
Did
Tom.
Lindsey ever tell you she's going to be gone, or did she just say?
We just told her. No, Lindsey, you're gone. Sorry, you can't make it. Season 3, episode 22. That's it.
That was it. 80 some.
Yeah.
So
whatever.
just so I understand,
she
I'm
didn't
not here to replace Lindsey?
Oh, yeah.
That's not happening.
No, that role
Okay.
is filled for a woman.
That never even came up.
Good time to break it out to me. Right
Is that why you're here?
Well, I assumed I had a chance. I thought that's what the case was. But
I don't even think we ever considered that.
No, great. Jill, you'll do a great job. That's awesome.
Jill, say something.
Hey, morning, boys.
Hey,
Whoa.
what's up, Jill?
Wow.
I like it.
Jill's
I like
in the
it.
house.
Whoa, that was nice.
So, Jill, this is like a date. The way we're looking at this, it's like speed date. You know what I'm saying?
Super stressed.
Are you?
Yeah.
You look like it.
So far, you did a good job. You had the coffee ready.
That's
Dude.
Nice of you.
That
That
was some
is-
bullshit, honestly.
yeah, that is bullshit.
I just
dude.
said, Lindsey was one of the things
Really?
Lindsey always did was
Really?
she had the coffee.
Oh, it's
before.
because she's a woman, right?
No, I just if
I think it is.
Phil would have
It's
gotten
like,
here and Phil was going to sit
oh,
in
really?
Lindsey's seat, I would
Oh,
say,
really?
Phil, one of the things Lindsey did always was
I think you're a
get
chauvinist, dude.
get the mayor his coffee.
Can you guys imagine Mother's Day at the Smith household?
Yeah. Well, where's my goddamn eggs?
Happy Mother's Day. Make me breakfast, Jana.
So
This is
what I
not
heard,
true.
what I heard was Kevin puts the pod in, puts the cup underneath, and says, "Jill, this is how it's done," but doesn't make
That
the
is not
coffee.
true. What
Is
I
that
did
not
no.
true?
If anybody
No,
has a
hit the
Keurig,
button.
if anybody has a Keurig, they know it's got to warm up first.
I'm not making this goddamn coffee myself. Usually I have whipped
What I
cream.
said was, the mayor expects his coffee, Jill.
Dude, this is ridiculous. I enjoy a coffee in the morning when I get here. I don't expect anything.
There
He
you go.
looks
But
at Jill.
I usually do have whipped cream, though. I mean, there's no freaking whipped cream in this. I just
Jill, you
noticed that.
failed.
Damn,
Kevin looks at
fired
Jill
already.
and like, this coffee isn't going to brew itself.
By the way, chat's already kind of a little salty towards whoever might replace Lindsey.
Really?
Not
Well-
just. So Lisa in chat says no one can
Wow.
replace Lindsey!
Really?
Exclamation mark.
And
So you've
Lisa
got an
and
uphill
Jill.
battle.
Lisa and Jill are I don't know why we call Eva Lisa all the time now, but I do like it.
Eva said, or was it Lisa or was it Jill?
No, it was literally Lisa.
Oh, real Lisa.
Yes.
I
A
thought you were
person
talking
really-
about. Sorry.
Not Eva's secret Bumble
I
name
thought you were
that
talking
you
about
outed her
Eva.
on earlier.
How do you
this
feel
year.
about that, Jill?
Well, I mean, Lindsey should know that Mayor said he's adopting me, so I'm
Yes,
obviously
yeah.
his
Jill's
mom.
moving in.
Wow.
Lindsay's
Yeah.
old room, funny enough. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I like this speed dating with Jill. Jill, what's the deal? Tell
Yeah.
us about yourself.
Yes, Jill. Tell
Ask
us.
me a question.
What's your
Oh.
sign? I'm a Pisces.
Capricorn,
Capricorn. What month is that? I don't even know.
January.
Really? Do Capricorn and Pisces get along?
Is that a crab
No
or is that
idea.
like the
Goat.
a goat?
It's a goat.
It's a sea goat.
Crab is
Fish.
cancer, no?
Yes.
Cancer?
Crab is Cancer. Right.
Favorite
What's
music?
Scorpio?
I listen to everything.
Jill has got great musical taste. She helps us a lot with the fest.
If you've ever seen the
concerts.
marquee going by the pavilion,
Yes.
Jill is behind the marquee. So
Yes.
all the snarky little.
They're funny.
lot
Both
of snark.
literally and figuratively.
Lot of snark.
She's behind it and
Very funny, though.
behind it.
Right.
True.
Yeah. So what's up? So how's the date going so far, guys?
Quiet.
Quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jill?
Well, it's sort of intimidating, I imagine, walking into a studio with established figures like ourselves. I mean, and Phil. But, I mean,
Did you guys want to ask me some questions?
we've
too?
done 80-something episodes,
Speed dating
Phil.
with
Yeah,
Phil.
speed dating with Phil as well.
We already know you, for better or for worse.
And you always put out on the first date, Phil. So
Well.
you're a bit of a
It's part of my problem.
yeah.
So I have a feeling, though, one thing about Jill, though, the swear jar is going to get an exercise today.
Jill's not afraid of throwing a F-bomb
That
at
was
meetings.
a stipulation. I'm
Yeah.
not throwing into the swear jar.
You're
You're
not
not-
throwing
no.
it.
I
The
will
swear
not
jar-
throw it.
The notorious LMP destroyed the swear jar anyway.
Yeah. Well, you
She-
complained that she brought too small of a swear jar.
It was small. And then, she cursed on the show because I was religiously putting it into there.
And then she wouldn't pay up.
Yeah, and she didn't pay up on a
She
bad
said
episode.
I got like 82 cents.
It was
or
a bad
something on me.
episode for her, and she didn't pay up. And I was like, this is making a mockery of the swear jar. Why am I forking over my hard-earned cash?
And I think I remember you like either took your money out of the swear jar or threw it, or
I threw it across the room.
And that was the end of
I
the
was
swear jar.
disgusted. I was disgusted.
So that's why you kicked Lindsey off the show?
Yes.
Because she would
And
not
out of the
pay
family.
That's right.
into the
She
swear jar.
she owes $14 in the swear jar.
Man.
Until that happens,
You
it's
guys
over.
are tough.
that's such a classic T-shirt you got on.
Thank you.
That's a great.
Whoa,
dead,
let's check
dead
this
show.
out.
It's my dead
Yeah,
shirt.
that's a great one.
Yeah.
When Harry met Jerry.
Yeah, right? I got it at Wrigley.
Have you gotten your dead tickets yet?
Yes. We got
Wow.
6 of them. Yeah, for Friday's show.
See, whoever doubts Mayor Tom's
Deadliness.
deadliness,
Deadliness.
dead credentials,
Yes.
he's there.
Hey, I
We have
see. Did you get anything recently from our intern, John?
I did actually. Wait, Kyle the intern?
Yeah.
How is Kyle?
I didn't even know. Honestly, I thought Kyle.
I thought Kyle left when Lindsey left.
I thought Kyle left alone,
Because Lindsey's always in contact with Kyle.
and then John got content from Kyle.
It's true. We were at pre-show last
Thank
night,
you,
which we
Kyle.
got to talk about in a second, by the way, some at pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Kyle, I didn't even reach out to him. He sent me a clip or two.
You didn't even ask for it.
Didn't ask for it.
That's like initiative.
That's initiative.
Kyle's showing this is progress.
Otherwise,
That's good.
but because what we know of Kyle, he's a little shy, right?
yeah,
he's
yeah,
more
yeah.
humble,
Yeah.
quiet.
He's a behind the camera guy, behind the scenes guy.
Kyle is very shy, and he's our invisible intern. He's doing a heck of a job, though. He gave content. So, like, you got on one
Thank
end,
you, Kyle.
on the intern spectrum, you got like Kyle on one end of the spectrum,
Right.
And then like all the way on the other end of the spectrum, you got Monica Lewinsky. Right?
I would say those are definitely two ends of the spectrum.
Right. So you got an extreme between Kyle and Monica. You know,
Monica, who
Monica
will do
likes
anything.
the camera.
Monica will do anything, obviously,
Yeah,
right?
well, yes.
Right. And Kyle was doing close to nothing for a while.
Well, we don't know that.
I said close to nothing.
We don't know that.
He was a fictional character.
He watches religiously.
So
He's in the
listens.
chat right now.
hey Kyle, what's up?
Thank you,
I
Mayor.
love Kyle. So what we're looking for, Kyle, is somewhere between Monica doing everything and Kyle, what you were doing before. It's like somewhere in the middle is the sweet spot.
So, like, maybe not the Gap dress, but the...
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
we don't
like-
need to go there, right? I'm just saying, yeah, Kyle, I'm not like desperate like that, but like Kyle is doing a heck of a job though for the.
We're just happy to get some content out.
This is encouraging, right?
I literally saw yesterday that Monica Lewinsky has 1 million followers on Twitter.
How
What?
did you see that?
You were looking at Monica Lewinsky's
No,
Twitter
no.
yesterday.
You follow Monica? Are you one of the million?
A story came out.
Are
She
you?
was named it. No, I'm not a follower.
I don't believe
not?
that.
A story
You don't
came
like
out. Well,
Monica?
or maybe I followed. Whatever. You know, it's not important. She was made a producer for some new show that's coming up. So I clicked on her. I was like, I want to see how many followers she has. And
A million.
1 million.
I think Monica Lewinsky's hot.
I mean, she's part of the American story.
Dream.
So if Kyle goes
Yeah,
halfway
Dream.
towards
Yeah,
what
Dream.
she has done, he might have 500,000 followers. soon.
Yes, halfway.
Halfway.
That's Kyle,
That's
halfway. Just give us halfway what Monica gave to Bill.
Well,
Wow.
this is encouraging.
Like a cigar, but not
There's
the
going to be a
dress.
cigar sitting up here next to
There already is
show.
one.
Oh, look at that.
oh no!
Right here, baby.
Let it begin.
Right here, baby. We got all kinds of goodies over here.
Well,
Wow.
Monica. I never thought
I love
Monica
Kyle the
Lewinsky-
intern.
Maybe we could have Monica Lewinsky on the show.
Ooh, she'd be a great guest.
Yes, she would.
That would be an amazing guest.
Wow.
We could do it.
I'll DM her.
If we
For
keep
sure
talking
respond.
about the cigars and stuff like that, it's
That's
probably
gonna be a
not
no,
going to happen.
right?
Well,
I didn't.
I'll literally get rid of the cigar from the studio if we have Monica on.
Well,
I don't want to
think
like.
Going
it'd be
all
good to
out.
have her on.
It would be.
be fun.
Kyle said he's not so sure about this conversation.
Good call, Kyle. We'll move on.
Hey, we got a big announcement.
I was
going to
ask
right?
about that. I saw the tweet that got posted late last night or mid last night that you have a Sammy, and there was a lot of caution signs or deer crossing signs.
I'm
or
worried
something
about
going
it.
on.
A lot of emojis there.
Let's just
School
say this:
crossing.
it's a school crossing sign I put up
I noticed that.
because I can't.
I thought
see.
it was deer crossing.
I can't
couldn't
see anything
either.
What does
without-
this even mean?
We don't
Yeah,
know.
so we got a school crossing announcement about the Sammy Hagar show we're going to make.
Kids, be careful.
Yes. It's going to be tough to cross the street when Sammy Hagar is playing. We do have a big announcement about the Sammy Hagar show we're going to make
Yes.
in about 10 minutes or so.
Give it 20,
We want to build
20,
up the audience
30.
a little bit. I would dare say it's excellent news. Okay?
Oh.
I would-
why
it's
the
excellent.
why the caution? Why the yellow caution
'Cause
exclamation points?
We're desperate for ratings, so we just wanted people to tune in. But this is amazing, excellent news about the Sammy Hagar show. If you're interested, and we sucked you into our show, our tweet was worth it. So welcome to
Congratulations
the Left of Center.
for listening to
Gotcha.
Left of Center or watching for
We
the first
gotcha.
time.
Gotcha, bitch.
Now we're hooked. Now you're hooked. Now you're hooked.
And
That's
we
right.
tweeted that from our pre-show.
Yeah.
We
story.
did. Yeah, we did. We were talking
So let's talk
pre-show.
about pre-show, by the way. So Phil comes to one pre-show. It's it's Jill's first pre-show with us, and then actually Jill starts off. She's a young lady. She
Yes.
orders this. She orders this purple drink, and I don't give anybody shit. When,
Jill, what was it called?
It was the perfect pair.
Perfect pair.
But
And
it was
it's purple. It's like bright purple, right?
With
Yeah.
like flowers in it.
Right. So then Vesmar comes rolling up. Right. He's like, "Give me that purple thing," and then we're like,
No, he was like, "Oh my god, that looks no." I think he said, "Oh my god, that looks unbelievable."
"It's appealing to me."
Basically, is what he said.
want
Something
that.
deep in my loins makes me want to drink that drink.
I'm gonna have that on my tombstone. Give me that purple thing.
Right.
Give me that purple thing.
So John gets the purple drink, right? And then Kevin's drinking his whiskey, and I'm drinking my vodka like real men.
Yes,
right?
I was actually drinking gin. It was so nice.
Gin,
summer,
and I was drinking
summer.
vodka,
Yeah.
and we were like,
Straight.
And then there's John with his little pinky in there drinking the purple drink.
You got a
with
picture
Jill.
of that? I think we got a picture of that one, John. You got a
Well,
picture of
Phil
John?
comes rolling up.
So Phil,
Here's
And of
John.
course, Phil partook in the drinking festivities. So we were sitting there with all three of these,
here we go.
our co-hosts. What's that?
Yes, there's
got
a
it up?
picture.
Here's us enjoying these purple drinks.
Yeah, look at
They
those.
look
And those
good.
are serious purple.
Right. So
Phil
anyway.
looks drunk, and he had one sip.
It's
Phil
quite
found a new-
possible. I started drinking at council. So
Oh, there's John.
We did have a big council meeting last night. There was a lot to drink about.
It was delicious.
Yeah, it looked
It
good.
was delicious. I don't know why you're giving us such a hard time.
Because I drink a real drink. Kevin drinks real drinks. That's what we do. 'Cause
Do
we're
you?
men.
Do you?
Generally,
Yes,
yes.
'cause we're men.
Generally.
That's what we
I'm
do.
glad we're bringing this up, and I'm glad there's 100 people watching this because unbeknownst to you guys, we were sent a picture after we all left last night. So are you saying you
What's
only
that?
drank
I don't know what
real
you're talking
drinks?
about.
Is that
John,
what you're...
I don't know what you're talking about.
I had gin last night.
I had vodka. Thank you.
Interesting.
All
All right.
clear. Clears.
Viewers, chat, are you ready for this?
What's going on
Here we go.
Who gave you that?
One of the
was a-
servers.
That was a joke.
Colette told us.
One of
Colette told us that was her
Why do you have
picture.
your hand on my shoulder?
Happy Pride Month.
like lean in closer.
So, for those of you that are listening on Apple Pod or one of our numerous podcast stations, it's the waitress, Colette, who's our favorite, took a picture of Kevin and I drinking out of the purple drink with 2 straws. There we are.
It's a Lady of the Tramp kind of situation
It is.
there,
Yeah, it really is.
where eventually your lips are going to come together.
It was getting close.
Oh, that was the next picture.
Where's that picture, John?
Yeah.
And admittedly, John, the drink was actually pretty good. So,
Yeah.
That drink was good.
So anyway, yeah.
Delicious.
Good job at True.
and by the way, great job by True. If you haven't been by there in a while, check it out. They got that patio going, and obviously they've got purple drinks. And Mike, the manager, took just a ton of coasters from us last night for a festival. That was exciting too.
It's awesome.
We got
They're
a
gonna
good
be
show.
there.
We got a good show coming today. We got a mailbag segment. We got Festival of Lakes. A little talk about that. We're going to talk some Jennifer McCormick, who's the former school chief of Indianapolis, superintendent. Indiana superintendent of public construction, switching parties to the Democratic Party, and then Lockpod made the news last week. We're going to go into that.
Yes.
I love it when Lockpod makes the news.
It made the news.
It made the news.
Newsmaker.
It was a
We're
national
newsmakers.
news. No, it was just local
Nah.
news. But still, we did make the news. And
Yeah.
anytime we make the news, we got to talk about it on Hawkpod. So we
It's
got a full
exciting.
show, and of course, we have the huge Sammy Hagar announcement we're going to make after the break. So
All right, let's do it.
let's. So Jill's got to do Lindsey's part. This is sort of a big deal.
Oh, this is exciting.
I mean, we're going to be judging you. I mean, I just want you to know, Jill, we're sitting in judgment right now, watching you.
This is your debut.
What
Yeah.
else is new?
Lindsey does it by memory.
Hey,
by the way.
what do you guys want to do first? Like, I've got the last time Lindsey read this clipped. Do you want me to play this first and then
Or should
compare
we
it to
make
Jill's
or should we
live
have
read?
Jill do it?
Have Jill do it first. 'Cause
Okay.
she'll
Yeah.
copy Lindsay. We don't
Right.
want you don't want to copy
Ooh,
her.
good point, Phil.
Jill's got a lot
original.
of pressure. There's a lot of pressure. I don't know. If,
Okay, Jill, do your spiel. Do Lindsay's spiel.
Are you ready?
We're ready.
We're ready.
Bated breath.
You are listening to Left of Center, where we cover everything from politics to important events of the day in the Midwest and the nation, all while having way too much fun. If you can't get enough of us, follow us on Facebook at Left of Center Podcast or on Twitter at LockPod. If you can't listen in live, you can download our episodes on the Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, which I still don't think that's a real thing, and iHeartRadio apps. Just search Left of Center and look for the red and blue logo. Don't forget to subscribe and rate on every one of those applications. If you'd like to give us money, send an email to steve@lockpod.com.
Wow.
Whoa.
Well.
All right.
That
What do
kinda
we
had
have
like
here?
That was solid. That was solid.
That was pretty good.
And like no
Lindsay's last one, I give
No
her
hiccups.
a B minus. I'll give this one.
Suck it, Lindsay.
wow. And no
Lindsay's-
hiccups, by the way.
wouldn't
Be
that be
careful,
funny if-
Jill.
if Lindsay
She's got a
came
big
back
following.
Oh, they're already coming after me.
Oh,
they
they
are?
are.
Oh, yeah.
Mercilessly.
Yeah.
Listen,
the notorious LMP is rough.
Yeah.
I was thinking this. Eva said it in the chat.
Okay.
Does Jill have an 800 number?
Whoa.
Because
Or
it
even
had a bit
better.
of a sexiness to it,
That'd
right?
be a 900 number if you grew up when the mayor and I
Right.
did. So
Or an OnlyFans page, Eva said.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't even know.
I don't know what OnlyFans is?
No.
No.
Huh. Neither
Phil
do
does.
I, actually.
Phil did not say no.
Well,
by the
because
way.
there's a guy on Twitter named
Monica Lewinsky.
everything's Twitter with me.
Yes, it was actually a guy that was named Monica.
No, there's a
Lewinsky
guy on Twitter named Phil Werrell. Obviously, he's a play on Will Ferrell, and he constantly posts pictures from OnlyFans. So you're going to want to follow him, is what I'm letting you know.
on
right now.
OnlyFans.
From
or on,
his
No, no, no.
OnlyFans?
No, he goes on OnlyFans. I don't know how it works, and he posts pictures from that site.
That was Phil's
onto
disclaimer.
him.
But they're like nudes, aren't they? Isn't that
No,
what
no,
OnlyFans
none
is
of them.
about?
None of they're always clothed. There's always certain clothes.
Okay.
Some clothing.
So you're following a guy who posts pictures from OnlyFans. Is that
Phil
what you're
Werrell is hilarious. I think he's
That's
got
almost as bad as Kevin looking at dudes when he's working out.
no.
What?
Yeah.
Kevin's is worse by
Isn't
far.
that, but
Wait a minute,
you have
wait a
to
minute.
admit though, that's if Kevin's on his spin bike and he's watching some dude like regularly, that's jacked up.
I
right?
said that during the
Thank
when
you,
we had the
Phil.
trivia contest.
I agree.
It made no
It's
sense
just
whatsoever.
I've done an official
What?
study on this. Every time somebody posts, like I look at a lot of people that post Peloton pictures, and it's like Dana. I watch her all the time. She's always working out with a dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Dave Westland is always posting pictures of some hot woman he's following, right? And then Kevin, he's like, "Oh, I'm following Jerry."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's
That
like
just
I
means
just
I'm
don't.
just comfortable.
He's like, Dave
or
gets me going.
Exploring.
But have you seen Jerry's ass, Tom?
Yeah.
It is.
Bruno really pushes me hard.
All right, let me ask you this, Phil. Do you ever get massages?
Okay. You know what?
What's up, Dorian?
That's-
Yes or no?
We're going
That's
here.
Yes or no?
dirty.
Yes
That's
or
going
no?
here.
Yeah.
See,
Yes or no,
okay.
Phil?
Good call.
We should get to
Kevin.
these ads, you guys, because
No.
people are
You
waiting.
already did an ad for the guy
Well,
on Twitter.
Phil's sitting here like just agreeing with the mayor as boss. Like, oh
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
mayor.
I'm not his
yeah,
boss in here.
yes, mayor.
I'm not his-
Kevin watches guys on Peloton. Can you believe
I
that?
told Jill yesterday when you come in the
Let's
studio,
ask.
I am not the mayor.
Let's. Do you get a massage?
Okay.
Do you get massages?
I do.
And who? And do you go for the female masseuse or the male masseuse?
So you know this.
that's
which is
a one
Wait,
where
is it? It's yeah.
Kelly set me up. She said, "Hey, come out. I got a masseuse. You're gonna love her.
Yeah.
she's
Okay.
gonna be great."
Right.
I showed up. I got there, and this very large gentleman was in the room, and she's like, he's like, "Hey, are you ready for your massage?" Actually, it was a deeper voice than I have. Of
course
and
it
I was
was.
like, "I have no choice. I'm trapped in the room. I'm not gonna run."
You
Yeah.
could have
You
left.
know,
You could have
sure.
left.
And anyhow, after that, I've gone back probably 50 times.
How much is the happy
Okay.
ending?
He asked me not to bring it up publicly.
really? My bad.
Yeah.
So somehow
It's illegal.
me
It's private.
watching like maybe like
No, you're
one
right.
of the guys
You're
I
right.
watch,
You're right.
one of the people I watch.
Phil
on
is way
Peloton.
worse.
Thank you.
No
All
doubt
right.
about
Can you
it.
imagine if he gets raided and like the newspaper article, like Dorian was giving Phil a massage, doing inappropriate things?
Allegedly $50 for the happy ending.
Would you guys ever get a massage from a man?
Yeah,
Man?
I would.
I did once.
I would.
It was unpleasant.
I would say if at the end of the day you want a good massage, right? So if it's a good massage, I would say yes.
Listen,
I
See,
would.
Kevin,
I would
you're-
pay for
Kevin
your
is a
guys.
sexist. Like a woman can't do a good enough massage.
No,
with the insinuation.
no. The answer.
Women
the question
are
was
strong
for you.
enough to please
Women
me.
are only
Every
gonna make
massage
coffee.
I've gotten has been by a woman.
Kevin would
How about
bring
that?
Give me my
his,
coffee.
yeah, Kevin would bring his male masseuse coffee. He'd actually bring the guy the coffee. But listen, I will
And a
pay for your,
cigarette.
your massage with Dorian, both of you. Your first one is
right.
on me if you set it up.
I'm in.
Make sure the extra $50 is in there for me.
Absolutely.
Do it on the pod.
You will be very
Oh,
happy.
I love
Massage
it.
table.
A vlog, getting a male massage. That's our
You
next
saw
vlog.
Forright rubbing me down after the try on
Yes.
video. See, so
Forright has
I'm
rubbed
open
me
to
down.
that.
Forright
I
has
would
There
let
you go.
Forright rub me down.
Absolutely.
But that's the
Yeah.
only guy, I think.
You trust enough?
He's pansexual, so
Yeah, totally.
all right.
So anyways, Lindsay's read. Here we go.
here we are.
You ready?
You're listening to Left of Center, where we cover everything from politics to important events of the day in the Midwest and the nation, all while having way too much fun while doing it. And if you can't get enough of us, you can follow us on Facebook at Left of Center Podcast or on Twitter at LockPod, LOCPOD. If you cannot listen in live, you can always download our episodes from the Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio apps. Just search Left of Center Podcast and look for our red and blue logo. Don't forget to subscribe and rate on every single one of those applications. And if you would like to start an ad on our podcast, you can send an email to Steve, STEVE, at lockpod.com.
Whoa.
I miss her.
She makes it look
Her
easy.
voice. She was quick. It was quick. It was good.
I'm going to start a poll.
So you'd rather have quick than...
I mean,
No.
It's good to give you goals, though, Jill. I mean,
You would like Dorian.
Lindsay's
Kevin.
done 100.
Thank you, Phil.
She's done 100 episodes almost, so like it's just like a goal to shoot for, right?
Yeah, it was good. They were both good.
Yeah. Let's do some ads.
Why not?
Let's pay some bills,
Please.
and then we'll move on with mailbag and then big time announcement
I'm looking
regarding.
forward to it.
If
Yes.
if you bought tickets for Sammy Hagar show, you might want to listen after the break.
All right.
So anyway, Powering America is Northwest Indiana's source for a trusted electrical professional. If you're a developer looking for a large-scale electrical contractor, Powering America can help take the guesswork out of finding a professional you can trust. You could look for them, you could try to find them, but you will fail. You will not find anybody nearly as good as Powering America because they have a select network of electrical contractors that are committed to employing local electricians that have successfully completed a certified apprenticeship training program registered with the Indiana Department of Labor. All employees are held to a high standard of professionalism, expertise, and knowledge, and all of their contractors are licensed, bonded, and insured. If you would like more information about your electrical needs, visit Powering America today at certifiedelectrician.com.
Like that.
Powering America!
That was good.
At certifiedelectrician.com. Yeah.
Nice.
It's inflection.
Try Electronics wants to be your complete communications provider.
And
Try
you
Electronics.
want to be my complete communications provider.
Yes, they do.
That's
Are
right.
they? Are they? Try Electronics has been a leader in this industry for more than 55 years and can provide your business end-to-end communication solutions. Nothing from John.
Crickets.
For more information,
Oh,
call
sorry.
Try Electronics today. John, oh, sorry.
We're looking at these poll results right now.
At
We're
800
studying them.
722-6793. That's 800-722-6793. And tell them Lock Pod sent you. John, you better be ready for tortillas soon.
By the way, Lindsey, excuse me. I forgot what I was going to say.
Just read
Oh,
bylaws.
no.
It's
John's-
great. You've got a script right in front of you.
No, John's snap poll made
Yes.
the newspaper. The
Oh, I
other day.
saw
Yes,
that. Yeah,
congratulations,
that's great.
John.
Thank you.
Like,
But that's one of our stories coming on.
92% of the viewers
Said
wanted him
Tom
to
should
run
run
for
for
Senate.
Senate.
That was
It's
epic.
That would be John's bullshit snap poll.
Yes.
Like, that should never be in the media.
That was epic.
Good job, John.
Yeah, you know something's really shady with the media when John's snap poll makes it to.
By the way, I
my
realize
new
they're
cover
called
photo.
snap polls now.
that was a snap poll.
Speaking of, this snap poll is not going too well for Jill.
Oh, everybody still loves Lindsey.
It's a tough crowd.
It is a
tough.
tough crowd, but
Yeah.
you'll warm up.
All right.
All right. Anyway, Byway Brewery. Hey, we did Byway the other day.
Yes.
On a bike and brew.
On
was
a bike and
amazing.
brew. We did really well at Byway. We were frequenting one of our sponsors here.
And the food was amazing. As
So
always,
good.
by the way.
And the beer after a 30-mile bike ride tasted especially delicious.
I had one of those what are those called, Phil?
It's like a mango
Yeah.
slushy drink.
Those are delicious.
Really
Yeah,
good.
it's amazing.
Really good.
They also fuck you up.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shaking my head though because Kevin, I'm the only one that's drinking like real alcohol all the time.
I just
Kevin,
didn't.
Give me a Slurpee, please.
Beer is on that day. I was ready for something a little lighter.
The beer went down.
But it's
easy.
stronger than you think. That's what Jill just alluded to. It's like you start drinking those, you're like, there's no alcohol in here. And next thing you know, you're
Kelly's walking out on you, and
You're
you're
wearing
sitting
it-
at
next thing
Byway
you know-
for close.
Exactly.
You're
Not
wearing
that
a dress.
happened.
Not recently, anyhow, right?
Why didn't I get invited to this this bike and brew?
You had to ride a bike to get there.
Yeah.
I fucking love biking.
That's weird. Chris Campbell was there.
Your
You're too
back was
slow.
hurting.
You're too slow.
Well, my back is.
There's a number of
shot,
reasons
but-
why you weren't invited, man.
And you want us to list them all?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
It'd be embarrassing for you.
Snap poll.
Why wasn't John invited?
wasn't John
A
invited?
multitude of reasons.
I'm gonna remember this.
No problem, brother. Byway Brewery is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and an outside patio that's perfect. It's perfect for enjoying its finely crafted ales, lagers, and chef-driven food. Brewing equipment on our production side offers unique backdrop for your private event, like a bridal and baby shower, birthdays, reunions, and corporate events. Conveniently located off of I-94 and Academy Avenue South exit. Come by and enjoy Byway's award-winning beers and unbeatable menu. It's just inflection. You just had to inflect more.
I'm just trying to learn. If I
Thank
could just
you.
learn
Just, like,
from
sit
you once
back
in a
and,
while.
like,
Let me sit back and
Just suck it in, you know?
I will do that. I'll just sit back and enjoy this.
Kevin's good at sucking it in.
Sit back and enjoy this, Kevin.
Speaking of Monica Lewinsky,
That's right.
Will you guys quit bringing up my massage?
California style. Oh,
It's
I'm
coming.
early.
They're not there yet. Grizzolius Concrete.
Easily one of the worst shows we've ever had.
Oh yeah, this is epically.
Thank you for leaving, Lindsey.
Anybody watching?
Grizzolius Concrete was voted #1 in the Times Best of the Region 2020 and 2021 and specializes in
That's
all
2
your
years in a row
concrete
for those of you out
projects.
there in audience land. 2 years of the best.
And they've been around since
Bernie's the
72.
best. 2 years in a row.
Grizzolius has been using the original cement finish in
California style.
since 1972, and that's 49 years ago.
California.
And also offers stamped and colored concrete.
Stamped in.
For more
California.
information or a project quote, call Grizzolius at 219-659-4127.
In the city of Hammond. All right.
I like that.
Right.
He's good at that.
You ready for this, John?
I do like that. Yeah, he's ready.
I tell you what, I'm very proud of one thing in Lockpod. That's just about one thing.
Me.
One thing. I'm very proud that out
John
of nowhere
Snap-Pole.
we created a new commercial for Tortillas Nuevo Leon. I mean, if there's
Jingle.
anything we did in 1 year and 100 episodes later,
we didn't create it.
we
Eli
created
did.
it. Yeah, Eli, but it was our initiative.
True.
That started a
The
jingle.
challenge. It was our
And I tell you,
challenge.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is going to be a national brand. Okay,
They already are.
They're going to be selling chips in Oregon. They're going to be selling chips in Florida. And they're going to be playing this tune, and it's going to be because of us. And when Lockpod is long gone and we're all dead and in the ground, Eli's song will live on.
Live in memory.
And they'll be
of
like,
Lockpod.
somebody's going to be sitting there like in the year 2050 going, where did
that come
Where
from?
did this jingle come
What
from?
was the genesis of that jingle?
It came from us, Kevin. It came from
They'll be
us.
like Lockpod.
What the hell is a Lockpod? Wasn't that big in Belgium? They're going to say stuff like that.
We have to get to the bottom of that. That's a whole nother story. All right, let's do it.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard of Mexican cuisine throughout the Midwest and soon throughout the country. The Martinez model for success has always been responsive customer service,
Success.
great tasting products with an authentic Mexican taste and high quality standards. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon. This is going very badly.
It sounded Italian or something.
Really? I'll do it
That's
better.
a
I'll do it
success.
better.
Grizzolias. you missed that by
Grizzolias.
one ad.
All right. Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard of Mexican cuisine throughout the Midwest. I'm doing it aggressively. The Martinez model for success has always been responsive customer service,
can only see
great
Tom's
tasting
finger
products
pointing.
with an authentic Mexican taste and high quality standards. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon, popular
Tortillas.
red and white
Hello,
label at your
tortillas.
grocery store, and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Your finger was going.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
Thank you, Eli. Just gets you in a good mood. Like, I want to have a tortilla.
We should have tortillas.
Just have them here.
I would tear them up. If there was tortillas in there.
I will tear up your
Do I,
tortillas.
do I do this one now?
Yes,
Are we-
sir. Yes.
Oh,
Now,
Phil's got a
Phil.
part.
Come on.
Phil's
Phil's
got
got
a
a part?
Yes.
Just
How the hell did
regarding
this
me.
happen?
This is important. It's timely.
I
we go.
try to do it nearly as good as
I'm
what we
not-
just
I'm
did.
not
No,
gonna
don't even try,
emphasize-
Phil. We
The
only have one
success.
locomotive.
The success.
Tortillas.
Do it with your aggressive voice.
Extend the celebration of our country's independence by visiting Challenger Learning Center of Northwest Indiana on Friday, July 9th at 5 o'clock or 6:30 p.m. for their Laser Spirit light shows. Families, I don't know.
At 9 or 6:30?
I said
a laser
5 o'clock
quiz.
or
How
6:30.
about a laser sound?
Is there also a truck rally there?
That's what I'm
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
You're going to get people mixed up because it's on Friday, Phil.
No,
Friday,
it's Friday.
Friday,
It's Friday.
Friday.
Thank
Friday,
you, Jill.
The blowout mattress sale.
Families-
Laser show.
Families can enjoy patriotic music set to a dazzling display of lights. Tickets are $10 and can be purchased at clcnwi.com.
What's that again? Say it one more time.
clcnwi.com.
What's the event?
It's the Laser Spirit Light Show.
Put on by Challenger Learning
Challenger
Center.
Learning Center. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun.
Challenger, where is that? That's right in the,
Right off
Purdue campus.
173rd Street.
Right off
Yeah,
the
right.
Indianapolis Boulevard exit.
Yeah, probably people think it's Purdue.
I could walk there. Do they
Easily.
serve booze?
Actually, they have at certain events.
I'm
They've
not
had
sure at
booze.
this one.
Really?
It's a family event.
Yeah, they probably.
It's a
won't
laser
yet.
light show? Mm-hmm. Can you go to Illinois before you go there?
You can go wherever you
Oh.
want, or you go
If
there.
it's a
although
laser
if
light
you-
show, how could you go to that sober? Really?
I mean, you
Interesting.
can maybe bring a roadie with you. I mean, I would
roadie?
do it down the road, but I'd bring it maybe in your pocket.
So hold it. So if you went to Illinois, how would you do this without violating the law?
You
So
would not.
You get a gummy? No. I think if you were like an Uber.
Okay, so you go to Illinois, you
In
go
an
to a
Uber.
dispensary, you get a gummy, you eat it in Illinois in the parking
It
lot.
doesn't have to be a gummy. You could smoke.
Eat
in
3
the
of
parking
them.
lot. You could eat 3 of them.
Yeah, and then just like have the Uber drop you off, roll you out of the car,
Whoa.
and then
'Cause
go to
3
the
of
laser
them would
sight
wipe
show.
you out.
Is that a
Yeah.
loophole? Did you just come up with a loophole?
No, we
No,
are
but-
coming up with a loophole.
That's
If
a
you
loophole.
consume it in the parking lot and then you can't drive, you have
No.
the Uber driver drive you to Challenger Learning Center, and you're by that time you're probably tripping on the gummy bear that you ate, right?
You could have public intox at that point.
Well, like you don't act like an asshole. You,
Agreed.
And then you go in and watch the show, and you just enjoy the gummy bear that you ate
Sure.
in Illinois.
And
And
relax.
that was totally legal.
Yeah.
Everything that we just said is totally, even in Indiana. This,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't
But if
think
you
there's a-
ate the gummy bear in Indiana,
you could be arrested.
You
you're
see,
going to federal prison.
Kevin's attorney eyes are on right now.
thinking
He's like,
through it.
Just stop, Tom.
All
we
right.
did it.
No
We
more?
did it,
No
right?
more loopholes?
Welcome
That's how
to
you
Live
did it.
Pod.
We go.
We tell
So-
you how to get high legally.
legally get high. This
How to
is
go
how
to
you
a
can
laser
legally.
light show.
Kevin's going to be
Like-
defending some of these people in court.
If you go to the laser light show straight and you don't take our advice, you just messed up.
There
big
were
time.
25 stoned people at the Challenger Learning Center's laser light show on July 9th.
So basically, that's our recommendation. If you're going to
no,
go,
that's your recommendation.
Well, it'd probably be the best light show they've ever seen in
That
their
is not
life.
my
I know,
recommendation.
I would
right?
imagine.
It went from how to we recommend this.
No, Tom recommends this. This is a hypothetical.
are
in
they
my
playing
mind.
Pink Floyd?
No, it
No.
says patriotic
Patriotic
music.
music. It's a July. Come on, July 9th.
They should play like Great
John
Big Daughter.
Phillips.
Is it,
Sousa.
is it against the law to get high at a patriotic display?
No.
Is it? Okay.
Hey,
so.
if I wanted to drop acid legally,
As long as it- yeah.
I don't think that's legal.
How do we do that?
It's
I'm
not
trying
going
to
to
think.
happen, John.
That's not going to happen. I don't even think that's legal in Colorado or in Oregon.
I would assume that people are getting high in Colorado and Oregon when the the fireworks are going off.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
I assume. Yeah.
That's probably a fair
Not
assumption.
everyone though. Some people are. Some people aren't. Thanks, Phil. for that.
Mailbag.
Mailbag.
Boom. Thank
Hey,
you.
by the way, just because we do mailbag doesn't mean it always has to be anti-Tom McDermott. Okay. I just want to point that out. You guys have a tendency to give mailbags where they're like MFing me, and I don't really enjoy it.
Well, I noticed this one was addressed to both of us, so maybe that's what helped.
But like, it's a good one, and I like
Yes.
it. It doesn't mean just because we have mailbag that I have to read off stuff that says I'm an asshole. Like,
it is
it's
funny
just-
though.
It's better that way.
Yeah.
I don't agree, Joe.
When I'm
Like,
viewing from home,
this date is off to a bad
I
start.
definitely
too, Joe.
enjoy them.
Yes.
I wait for mailbag.
Kelly, come here. Listen to
Yes.
this.
Grab the popcorn. Get over here.
The last one was from Phil T. Too.
I know, that's weird. I'm running out of names to use.
That was close though. That was almost tricky.
Love your mug, Phil. Chat loves your mug as well.
Oh, thank
What is
you.
it?
T Rich.
Oh, my nieces made that for me.
Oh, it's so sweet.
Filthy rich.
My 3 nieces.
Look at you.
Filthy
showing
rich.
off your money.
Phil T. Rich?
Filthy Rich.
I never even put that together.
Come on.
Really?
Nah.
I swear to God.
That was my nickname when I worked at
Filthy Rich?
St. Margaret's Hospital.
Really?
Yeah.
I never put that together.
Because
until
I was
just now.
I was broke. I had no money, so they
Filthy
thought that
Rich?
was funny. Yeah.
That is funny. Mailbag.
What the heck was that?
This is from
was
Shaw.
John's.
Phil never watches the show,
Yeah.
clearly.
Exactly.
I guess in
John,
in
such a good point.
Yeah.
All right, this is from Shaw.
All right. Shaw-
Tom
Shaw
and Kevin. Notice it's not to anybody else, it's just to us. I must confess that this was my first time watching your podcast, thanks to the link Adam Wren provided below, and I thoroughly,
All caps.
all caps, enjoyed it. It's light, it's lively, yet thought-provoking and timely, and I'm just blown away by how great the interview with Adam was. I particularly enjoyed the role you have for your daughter Lindsey on the show and the easy banter between you all. Sincerely, your newest Lockpod fan, Shaw.
Thank you, Shaw.
That wasn't
I love
bad
that.
at all.
That was a great one,
You
right?
made it sound
Yes.
like they always attack you.
They always attack me, but this is a nice one. And it's nice that a good letter finally makes it to the top. This is probably my favorite mailbag letter in the history of Lockpod.
I didn't send that one. That's why.
That's right.
This is a real one.
Thanks, Shaw. And by the way, that was a good interview. I thought Adam was awesome.
Adam was great.
It was a good show.
I did catch some
Really
shit.
interesting.
I
That's
got
the
some
kind
shit.
of those are the kind of interviews we want to continue to have. On
By the
Lockpod.
way, you know what's interesting about the show now is I'm catching crap from people that want to be guests.
Oh,
And,
like,
like,
what about us? What about me?
Yeah, because like today, we brought in Phil. I mean,
we had nobody.
obviously
I'm right
we're
here, guys. I can
we're
hear
like,
you.
We brought in Phil.
Headphones are
obviously.
working.
They're on.
No,
Yes.
but like seriously,
Those were earmuffs.
there's people that want to be on the show, which is interesting.
That
There's
is
people
good.
that
We
wanna
like.
listen.
Thank you to those that want to
So
be
I
on
caught,
the
I
show.
caught a little bit of crap for the show the other day of other people that thought that they should be on before Adam.
Well, just so you know, from an outsider, I'm involved with politics, obviously, but you guys have a political understanding that a lot of people don't. So, like when you're breaking things down and having guests like Adam and folks like that, I think it's really interesting for a lot of us.
Adam was
honestly.
good.
Yeah, it was good. When you have a guest, when you have a guest like Adam, it makes it easier because like he's so obviously on top of things and a good guest, and he knows he's smart. And
But you know
it was
what
good.
questions asking
Yeah,
too.
yeah, true,
You're like
right?
drawing it out of them. So
It was a fun interview at the end of the day.
Good job.
Thanks, Adam.
Hey, John, am I supposed to wear anything later on today at work? I'm doing a video shoot with. We're doing the Festival of Lakes video shoot.
Yeah,
For those
so
of
why
you
don't
that
you
aren't-
explain the background?
We've
of this?
done a commercial for the Festival of Lakes every year for, I don't know, John, how many? 5 or 6?
Yeah.
And the commercials we do are pretty dang good, if I have to say so myself. I know John's the director, but, I mean, when you have the locomotive as your actor, I mean, obviously it's going to be decent, right? I mean, let's all agree.
It's all. It's all, John. To me, it's all in the writing in the production.
No,
Director.
John does a great job. Honestly, John does a lot of our creative stuff that comes out of the city, like the recycling commercial, which was hugely popular. Our Festival of Lakes commercials. And,
They're epic.
And we have like characters, repeat characters, and I'm surrounded by a couple of the repeat characters right now. Like Phil has a tendency to get naked. Kevin's some like crazy Polish musician.
Ethnic, yeah.
I watched
Vulcan.
every
Vulcan.
video, every Festival Lakes video last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
I clicked on one because Jeff wanted to know something, which I can't say but anyhow, and I couldn't help it. You just start clicking on the
They're
other
so
ones.
good.
They're
Yeah.
so fun.
There's some real classic moments. On
So
that,
we'll be dropping that in a few weeks.
but, usually right around July 4th, right, John?
July 4th weekend.
Okay.
Get ready.
So I imagine we'll drop it on Lockpod, right, John?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So of what you guys know of the plot, you think we're going to top previous year's videos?
I like this one. I like the idea.
It's definitely going to be funny.
I think it's a real good. Like
There's a couple, John, that I mean, no offense to this year's video yet, but there's a couple that I believe are just going to so hard to top.
Right.
There have been some
What's
real
the best
classics. I love. I don't know.
La La
you can
Land.
make a
I love the
decision.
one with La. I love the one with La La
For those of
Land.
you out there, we literally went on a shutdown highway and filmed
A scene
the
from La
opening
La
scene
Land.
of La La Land,
Yeah.
where they're sitting in traffic and then they start all dancing. We repeated that scene and it was really good.
That's one of my. That's just John. No, I mean I'm not trying to like go over the top here, but production wise, I thought that was unbelievable.
It
Just
was
to pull that off.
The most overproduced thing we've ever done.
Well, and think about all the scenes that were in that video because
Yeah.
we did Game of Thrones,
Yep.
Naked and Afraid.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right.
We did the Chevelle bit.
Yeah.
that was crazy.
The one where we had the salsa band in the truck. I did not like that,
that was
part.
great.
I was like,
That
nope,
was
the
great.
salsa band is not going in the box truck.
No,
Like,
but they were right outside.
Yeah, I
and it was
agree.
great. Those kids were
It just I didn't like the
unbelievable.
whole vision of it. It was just
Yeah,
like,
well, immigration
when you're
was an
making
issue
La
at
La
that
Land, you
point.
could do that stuff.
Right.
When you're a city government doing a funny commercial, we
Not
cannot.
good to have the Mexican band. in the
Think
truck.
about doing
Right.
that today, where everybody's woke and
Yeah.
everybody's getting canceled. And
Agreed.
You can't joke around.
That's a
anymore.
good point, Phil. That was right when, like you said, Kevin,
On the
immigration was a really big issue.
And dude,
Yeah.
as soon as I saw it, I was like, nope. And I've never done that on the set before. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, that is not happening. Because the scene was supposed to show there's a salsa band in a box truck, and part of the La La Land opening was as they were dancing by the box truck, the
A band
box truck
comes up.
opened
Yeah, band
up,
comes
and a
up.
band is in the box truck. And John was trying to recreate that, and I'm like, no,
We'll just put the guys.
we're not doing that.
We'll
Like,
put the band outside the truck.
we'll put the band outside.
But
the
it worked,
truck.
by the way. But it was still great, and they were awesome.
Right.
I
It
knew
was an
we were-
amazing scene.
I knew it was big production when, like, after the shoot, there was like a food layout, like a real movie set. It was
Yeah.
like, come on over, let's have this. Let's have the.
We ate a bunch of food on Klein Avenue. It was just bizarre. What
That
a
was the last
bizarre
time I
day.
danced too. By the way, I don't dance.
Wow.
I dance like once a year.
until
once
this
every
year's
couple years.
festival video.
That's right.
What about when the hands going? That's kind of dancing
Oh yeah.
in a way. Here when you're doing
I guess that's true.
California style.
Hey, are we going to announce this big announcement? Are we
Please,
gonna-
it's
we're
all
gonna
it's
keep-
all on you.
Ooh.
Well, we were trying to make it sound yesterday like it was really bad news, and it's not really bad news. It's really good news, actually. But we figured
Remind everybody how much you love Sammy Hagar, by the way.
I love Sammy Hagar. It was a moment in my life when Why Can't This Be Love came out. I know exactly where I was when that came out, and I'm going to tell Sammy this story. I know almost every word to every song that Van Halen sings. I do actually know every word to every song. I'm a huge Sammy Hagar fan. I went to Sammy Hagar, my first concert.
I think that's the cool thing. First
Concert.
Everybody
I was
remembers
like
their first
15.
concert.
I was like 14 or 15.
And
I
like
was
so you're
super
like
young.
15. Fast forward 35,
Right.
36 years, and now you're hosting
Right.
the guy that you went to your first concert to. That's pretty cool.
It'd be really cool if it was 35 years ago, but
Well, it's 37.
it's still awesome though. Sammy
Yeah.
Hagar is one of my lifetime heroes. I'm looking forward to meeting him in person, and really looking forward to him playing here. And so when we announced the Hagar show, it was Hagar and Friends. Okay. And that included Michael Anthony from Van Halen, who was the bassist for Van Halen. And I should probably know the rest of the band, but I don't. I know the drummer. They had been playing with Jason Bonham, who's John Bonham's son. They'd been playing with him, but he didn't know if he could commit. And then another guitarist who basically fills in for Eddie Van Halen. But they travel in that group. It's called The Circle. But when we announced the show, it was Sammy Hagar and Friends because we couldn't announce the Circle because of the status of the other two band members was unknown. And it was important because Sammy Hagar and Friends plays a different set
Yeah.
than Sammy
Still
and the
awesome,
Circle.
by the way. But
Yeah, it's awesome. But Sammy and the Circle, they literally only play like a few types of music. They play old Sammy Hagar, like when he was solo. They play Van Halen, of course.
Yeah.
They play Montrose.
Yeah.
That's really old Sammy Hagar.
Yeah.
And they play Led Zeppelin. And that's the Circle. And it's really like what they focus on during their concert. And I'm super, super excited and proud to say that Sammy Hagar confirmed that the Circle is going to be playing with them
that is huge.
at Wolf Lake, which is
Huge.
so we're changing all of our signage to reflect that it's Sammy and the Circle, and that's really special. I mean, we're really lucky that we're having this quality concert in our city, and ticket sales are huge already, and I only imagine it's just going to pick it up. So basically, John Bonham's son, Jason, is going to be playing with Sammy Hagar in the Circle, and they're going to be playing Van Halen and Led Zeppelin and Sammy Hagar, and it's going to be a great night. So
Yeah, it's going to be unbelievable. And even if you're on Apple Music, you can actually, when you search Sammy Hagar, there actually is also a link for Sammy Hagar in the Circle, and you can listen to their live stuff. It is unbelievable. It's really, really, really good. So
Yeah, man.
get pumped up for
Well,
that. You go
ticket
to,
sales, you said huge, but it's actually record-breaking, right?
it's record
Already.
breaking right now.
Already.
Yeah.
These are
130
for the
grand.
VIP
Oh,
passes.
excuse me. 330 grand. I'm sorry.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's
that's really
Kevin
good.
brought this up yesterday. The most we ever sold was whatever, like 600 and some, and he's at 1,600.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
The most we've ever sold per
for a
Ray
show?
for a show was like, I mean, pre was,
Right.
below this. So,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Crazy.
But we've done $330,000 in ticket sales, which is, we've, and that doesn't include the sponsorships that we get, and of course on the parking fees that we get, and when people are buying booze, and there's gonna be a lot of booze flowing. So
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I think people are ready to come out of COVID. I think people are ready to go check out the expanded VIP experience area, and it's going to be a great time. So
there
go to festivaloflakes.com, by
Is
the
there
way.
going to be a lock pod from Festival of Lakes? Are you guys going to?
I don't think, Mayor usually goes citywide. We'll see what happens. But
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. We might do something special.
Yeah.
We have to figure that out.
Yep.
Okay.
But we're working that day. That's gonna be
it's city
unless
event,
we
so.
did like a vlog, a vlog.
Yeah.
Like
But go to festivaloflakes.com. You can still get your VIP experience passes. Just remember also, by the way, if you don't feel like going the VIP experience pass way, you can still come to the show free. You can go see Sammy Hagar in the Circle for free.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, we're looking
And
for
all the
bartenders
bands for free, by
We're
the
looking
way.
for bartenders at the fest. If you're interested and you want to make some money and you want to see the concerts for free, they're paying good rates and tips are huge.
$12 an hour.
$12 an hour plus
Plus
tips.
tips.
So like you'll make some good money.
Jill, where are people going if they want to? And you can live wherever you live and come and bartend at Festival Lakes.
They need to call Nicole,
Yes.
the golf course. Which
What's the
would
number?
Be
Someone? Anyone?
932 Golf, I believe.
And you
I
can
think it
also
is 932
and there's
golf.
also
Good
an
call.
email for us. So if anyone knows that email on chat, just
So
throw it up
Nicole,
there.
N-I-K-O, Nicole Sullivan at 932 Golf. If you're interested in bartending at the Festival of the Lakes, we are looking. Of course, manpower shortages across the nation right now, and especially in server positions, but we are no exception with the fest, and we're paying well. And it's not very often you can make money, make tips, and listen to Sammy Hagar.
Yeah, and even
concert.
if you're just available for a day or two, I mean, Nicole's looking for help all week, and her email, by the way, is nsullivan@lostmarshgolf.com. nsullivan@lostmarshgolf.com or 932-golf, area code 219.
So you want to move into the news? We have a couple articles we wanted to cover.
I would love to move into the news.
And then we'll start with the Jennifer McCormick, if that's cool, and then we'll flow into the Blockpod Makes the News. Does that sound all right, guys?
whatever. Yeah, I mean, just read along.
So who's Jennifer McCormick, Kevin?
Jennifer McCormick is the last elected Indiana Superintendent of Public Instruction. So here's some Indiana politics history for you, right? The Indiana Superintendent of Public Instruction was always an elected position. It was Glenda Ritz was a Democrat, and she got just pounded in there, not deservedly. I mean, because she was the only and has been the only statewide elected Democratic official in Indiana over the past, I don't know, Tom, how long? 16 years? 12, probably, right? And she won statewide because of Tony, help me. Yeah, he was the former superintendent, and he got in a little bit of a public PR issue.
But do you think, honestly, when I step back, I don't think that position should be elected. Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett, thank
Right.
you.
That's deep in the weeds. But
It is?
I don't think that, because most people don't know him, that's all. But I don't think, it doesn't make sense to me that we elect certain positions, and we do elect a lot of positions in Indiana, like the coroner, for instance. Like, who cares who picks up dead bodies, right?
Yeah.
No offense to the current coroner, but like, who gives a shit who picks up dead bodies? Do we really need to elect a politician as the head dead body pickup person? It's stupid.
Is that a constitutional office?
No, I don't think so.
So that's by statute.
Right, but it's just dumb. Like, we elect certain, like, no offense to the recorder. No offense to any of these people, by the way, okay? You know, recorder, the assessor, you know, auditor, treasurer. We elect these positions instead of having them appointed, like in cities, for instance. Like in the city, I appoint somebody called the police chief, right? And that person's a cop, and, you know, they're responsible to the mayor, right? Because they're appointed by the mayor. And in the county, no offense to the sheriff. I love the sheriff. He's one of my very dear friends, right? But we elect a politician to be the head cop, right? Which brings politics
Constitutional sheriff, I think.
But it brings politics into that department, okay? So what I'm saying is, in Indiana, we do things differently. And I know a lot of states are like us, and some states aren't. You know, there's
Most sheriffs, I think, are elected.
No, you're right. You're right about that.
Yeah.
You're right about that. But, like, what I'm saying is, in a lot of states, you have the governor has a cabinet, so to speak. And in Indiana, the cabinet's mostly elected.
Yeah, so what I was getting at in reviewing Jennifer McCormick was when Glenda Ritz, a Democrat, was superintendent, the legislature basically said, you know what? We're not going to make this an elected position anymore. It's just going to be appointed. So when Jennifer McCormick was elected, and she was a Republican elected after Glenda Ritz was superintendent, she was the last public school instruction superintendent in the state elected.
But she was Republican, Jennifer McCormick, and she got treated like crap by the supermajority.
Yeah.
The evil cabal of supermajority Republicans that treated her like crap, and hence treating our kids and our schools and our teachers.
There was a lot of issues, right, about school funding, about teacher raises over the last couple of years.
I don't want to embarrass Lindsey. She's not here right now. But, like, there's a reason she quit teaching and went into nursing. There's a reason.
Which is sad. I mean, teaching's a great profession. Think about that.
She wanted to be a teacher.
Forever.
She went to college to be a teacher. Mm-hmm. She comes out, she gets her teaching credentials, and let's just say she's making, like, mid-30s. Like, seriously? So if you want to teach our kids, which is a noble profession, my mother-in-law, who's probably listening right now in New York, was a public school teacher in New York. She was making salary-wise like 80, 90 grand a year.
I think that's appropriate.
We're making 1/3 of that in Indiana with our teachers. And then we're shocked that we can't find a freaking teacher. It's like, why don't you pay the teachers what they're worth?
Well, and everybody says, like, oh, education's the key to success. Education's the key to our children's, success down the road. And yet we can't even pay a living wage to our teachers that deserve it.
35 grand a year for a college graduate that has to pay down debt and support their family and buy a house and live the American dream is just not possible. And to get the supermajority to, like, reconsider and to, like, pay decent wages is nearly impossible. The only thing they care about is charter schools.
Teachers need to get paid, period. And there was that, what was that march? Oh, I forget, Red something.
Yeah, Red for Ed.
Yeah, Red for Ed. It was packed. I mean, packed. And this goes, by the way, to me, it's not a Republican or Democrat issue. It shouldn't be. You have teachers down there that just want to get paid and want to get respected. And I don't know. It's
so anyway,
crazy.
Jennifer McCormick switched parties, made it official.
Yesterday.
She yesterday switched parties to the Democratic Party. She was a Republican statewide elected official, and she had some great quotes for the Democratic Party. This is one of the quotes. I know there are Republican voters across Indiana who believe in the ideas to fully fund our public schools and provide our educators the quality of life they deserve, but I have some advice for them. It will be the Indiana Democrats, not Republican elected officials, who will get it done.
I mean, what do you make of that? I'm thinking back, like, what are the Republican education issues? It's charter schools, right?
Mm-hmm. It's which is cutting the funding away from the public school system.
And it's vouchers, right?
Vouchers, which is cutting funding from the public school system, right? Vouchers are usually used by the religious schools, right?
Right. I mean, they've helped, and our kids have all gone, and Phil included here. All of our kids have gone to parochial schools,
right?
And the vouchers have actually saved some parochial schools.
Absolutely.
And so it's not, in that sense, it's interesting, right? Because I know
like, that's one of the areas I agree with the Republican stance is I think that parochial schools are super important personally, right? But the thing is, when you look at the supermajority and how they approach education, it is really sucking the life out of the public school system. And I think it's all related to the fact that public school teachers are 90% Democrats. And they know. So, like, it's a punishment.
To me, it seems like, why couldn't they fund public schools appropriately, give teachers the raise they need, and still have vouchers and school choice and charters and everything? It just seems like, don't pick a side.
Kevin?
Make sure that everybody that goes to whatever school they've chosen it for their children have good education and it's properly funded.
Why do you think that? Okay. Why does Lake County? Why are we one of the only counties in Indiana that can't directly elect our judges?
I mean, they've chosen that way. That's the way
Because
they've written the
we're
legislation.
Democratic. Because we're Democratic. And if we're Democratic over here, it's almost the same thing. Is why do the teachers' unions get picked on? Why are public school systems being attacked by the supermajority? It's because they're not voting Republican. And the Republican supermajority is out to destroy any institution in Indiana that doesn't support them politically. They're out to destroy them. And if it doesn't matter if you're a teacher, or it doesn't matter if you're a judge, it doesn't matter. They just vote for us or we'll destroy you. And we got the votes.
It's interesting. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And I mean, that's one way to look at it, Mayor. And you're very politically astute. You have a good feel for these things. It just, I guess in my mind, I always think like, are they really doing that just because of party? Is it that partisan? Or do they have another agenda? Is it just because we want to push charters and vouchers and we're going to say public schools, good luck?
I think it's because of the teachers' unions.
Yeah. I mean, they're powerful.
How about this? Jennifer McCormick jumps into the party with both feet, endorses President Biden and the American Rescue Plan. She says Indiana schools would not be receiving $2 billion in federal funds to speed up their recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic without Democratic President Joe Biden's American Rescue Plan. The American Rescue Plan, she noted, was opposed by every Republican in Indiana, including Senator Todd Young and Mike Braun, who both voted against the American Rescue Plan.
You pointed this out.
There's only two congressmen in Indiana, two elected officials that are federal elected officials that supported it. It's Andre Carson from Indianapolis, Congressman Andre Carson, and Congressman Frank Mervan from the 1st Congressional District.
I mean, that tells you something, right? I mean, she's pointing out exactly what you said the other day is, don't anybody here take credit for what President Biden did and the Democrats did.
They're trying.
I know they are.
And that's the problem with the country. It doesn't even matter what the issue is, whether it's good for our country or not. It's what party are you in, and this is the button you have to hit.
And we've talked about that. I mean, I don't think anybody likes to see votes in Congress go, 250 to 0, or, on one side or 250 to 0 on the other side.
I'll be honest. This whole thing with Joe Manchin and the party beating the hell out of him. What would you rather have? We got a Democratic senator from West Virginia, and he's representing his constituents. And sometimes it pisses off the progressives, right? But I tell you what, if I was ever lucky enough to be elected U.S. Senator in Indiana, you think I'm going to go down to Washington, D.C. and be a progressive? If I did that, I'd be gone 6 years later.
What?
You got to represent your state. That's what America's all about.
That's right. And by the way, for Democrats out there that are ripping Joe Manchin, I would say this. If it wasn't for Joe Manchin taking the positions he did within West Virginia to win that election, you wouldn't have a majority.
That's right.
So let's not forget that.
Let's keep that in mind.
At the end of the day, it's kind of like, look, did you have a problem? Those same Democrats are probably like, Mitt Romney was great and Murkowski and all, but at the end of the day,
Republicans hate him.
Right. Just look back at what they did. They were doing what they thought was best for their state.
That's right.
And their constituents and
how about Joe
voting
Donnelly?
their conscience.
How about Joe Donnelly? Joe Donnelly representing Indiana. You want him to be a liberal? He'd have been gone. And by the way, he tried to play the middle, and he was still gone 6 years later because he can't make the Republicans happy,
And that's, I'm not sitting here saying, I agree with Joe Manchin. I mean, I disagree with Joe Manchin, but I also respect the fact that Joe Manchin...
I don't.
Yeah,
I agree with Joe Manchin.
I'm saying on certain...
No,
it depends
I agree
on the issue.
Because if I was Joe Manchin, I'd want to represent my state.
Yeah. I'm just saying, on certain issues, I disagree with Joe Manchin. But that doesn't mean I don't appreciate Joe Manchin. I think that's the difference.
I tell you what, man, I think he's doing it the way you're supposed to do it, and I wish every other senator and every other congressman did it the way he's doing it. You're supposed to represent your constituency, and let the party stuff happen second or third down the line. It's about your constituency.
And I have a feeling that most of his colleagues that are in the Senate understand that. I really do, from the Democratic
side. Tom, doesn't that play a lot into the gerrymandering issue, though, that's been going on for years and years and years? Because now your constituency is exactly what, some politician made it.
Yeah.
And so it makes it more difficult.
West Virginia can't be gerrymandered.
Well, not for a Senate, right? Not for a Senate seat, because it's a whole state. But yeah, you're right, Phil. For the House, absolutely. That's where you see such partisanship in the House.
That's why the supermajority exists. Think about it. Indiana probably in a normal year votes 45, 46% Democratic, right? And then in the Indiana House, Democrats have 20% of the seats. That's gerrymandering. That's exactly what gerrymandering is. Indiana Senate, we hold what? 10 out of 50, 20%. Mm-hmm. So even though we vote twice as much of that percentage-wise, twice plus, we only hold 20% of the seats in the legislature, and then the legislature takes advantage of the situation.
I mean,
screws teachers and screws potential judges, and
We'll see what happens.
I just saw McConnell. I'm sorry, Kevin.
Go ahead.
I saw McConnell yesterday said that if the Supreme Court justice, and I can't remember his name, steps down, that they will not, if the Republicans have control, they're not going to replace him. They won't let it happen. Where before it was, you're at the end of a term, so that's why we're not doing it. It's just.
But I wish we've gone through that a little bit. But I just wish, in that sense, you had the Lindsey Grahams of the world say this and that. I just wish they would have said, "Look, we got the Senate, we can do it."
Yeah.
And
screw you.
Yeah, I respect that.
Right.
It's
power.
Because
power. We got the power. Screw you. Right.
But don't give some excuse.
Right.
Why you're not
we're winding down the president's term. Hey, let's move on. Lockpod made the news.
They did, thanks to you.
So Friday's show.
You made the news.
I didn't even really, honestly, I didn't think anything would come of that interview.
So
we're talking about the Adam Wren interview, right?
Yeah, and even before that, right? Like Adam Wren breaks a story that you're going to run for Senate with two leakers, which we have yet to determine who those are.
So like realistically, people think that we planted this, had something to do with it. People are like, so tell me about your plans. I'm like,
agree.
Dude, I was riding my mountain bike when this happened.
I got so many calls. I'm like, look, has there been stories that have like gone out to the press before, from City Hall or from whatever, sure, that happens on occasion. But in this case, it just didn't.
We had
that
nothing
was
to do
the
with
crazy.
This. We had nothing to do with
thing
this.
About
this whole issue.
Media driven.
It's media driven.
Yeah, it was
so
funny.
I was on my mountain bike and I got like 5 phone calls and then it's like, hey, I want you to confirm or deny you're running for Senate. And I'm like, what the hell? Like I'm riding my freaking mountain bike. I just finished a triathlon, right?
And I think I texted you. I was like, dude, this is blowing up.
I know. I don't even know how it starts. So anyway, we line up Adam for our guest on Friday, right? And then we deal with the blowback from the Importantville article that says Tom McDermott's going to run for U.S. Senate against Todd Young.
Right.
So we line up Adam as a guest. He comes in. We had a great show. And I just said stuff I normally say. It's like I'm ambitious. I'm always, thinking about the next step. And I think I'm doing a great job in Hammond. And that's the first requirement is doing a great job in the city that I'm in charge of. And if I do a great job there, maybe I have possibilities down the road. I didn't really think I said anything in that article that was newsworthy.
No, I thought. Well, I mean, I kind of in the interview. I thought some of your quotes are really good and spot on. To tell you the truth, in fact, I when I read the article. So if it's different, right? You're sitting here listening to you comment with Adam, and it's so different when you read it. I thought the written word of what you said came off so well. I was like, man, that sounded. I don't want to make this sound bad, but I said that sounded better than when I heard it.
Thank you.
It was just
I guess
the way. Yeah,
it's a
it sounded really dumb.
No, not at
all. But like when I read it, it made sense. Right?
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to make it sound bad, but it
did sound bad.
I apologize for that.
Right.
But the reality is, when I read it, I was like, "This is really good."
So we were talking. Okay, so criticisms of Todd Young. Well, I'm sorry, Kevin.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, like, here's one. To me, this is you speaking. To me, when we're attacked, our nation's capital is attacked. It was, and the Republican Party is refusing to even open an investigation into it. It's a disgrace. It's about loyalty to our country, and I think that's missing right now in America. And Senator Young knows better. He knows what the right thing to do about the January 6th insurrection is. He knows what the right thing to do is. He knows what the political thing to do is. And he chose political, and it's not a patriotic vote.
That sounds really smart.
Yeah, I agree.
Who said that? These magical words.
The locomotive.
I'm tearing up.
But I mean, right?
But it's
I mean,
true.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Seriously, he went to the U.S. Naval Academy. It's the most patriotic place you can go to school. One of the best colleges in the country. They taught him how to properly love his country and respect his country, and he knows better. And like
that's the thing, he knows.
He does know better. Todd knows better. He knows what he was supposed to do. He knows what politically he's supposed to do. He knows what he's supposed to do as an American. He chose political. And that's disgraceful to me because he's a Naval Academy graduate, and I hold them up there. And quite frankly, I've always held Todd up there. I mean, he's a Republican elected official statewide. Him and I have a good relationship. I know we talk about he was a Marine, I was a Navy guy, but Naval Academy, we have all this in common. So I've always like sort of given him a pass. Like, this guy's a good dude. He went through a lot of the same things, just like Eric Holcomb and I.
Yeah.
Fellow Navy guy, right? And then Todd does this, and it makes me just shake my head. And, you know,
It kind of goes to what you said before, that the partisanship is what is hurting our country more than anything.
Yep.
Is this extreme partisanship where you feel you can't vote your conscience, you know, like Joe Manchin actually does, and because of the retribution you might get from like the far right of your party, or in the Democrats, sometimes the progressive side of your party, and that's the problem.
If Todd Young was like Joe Manchin and saying, "Screw you guys, I'm doing the right thing in regards to January 6th. I'm going to vote for the panel
investigation.
Right?
Sure.
I'm going to look into it because I'm an American and I'm worried about extremists attacking our country," which
On
is what it
either
was.
side.
Right. If it's extremists from the left, extremists from the right attacking our attacking our Congress, our capital, you know? And the fact is, I know for a fact, if it was Black Lives Matter, or if it was a bunch of immigrants, or it was a bunch of feminists, or whoever it was attacking the Capitol, I guarantee you Todd Young would have supported it. I guarantee you he would have supported an investigation into it. But because they're Trump-supporting right-wing extremists, he doesn't want to look into it anymore because they're worried about it.
And all they're doing is looking into it, by the way.
John, help me out here, man. Can you agree with that, John?
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No, I'm serious. I mean, I'm talking about being American. Like, at the end of the freaking day, I'm reading all this shit about Putin, like talking about Trump and what a great guy and strong leader he is. And then Putin's like today talking about, I don't think they should have looked into the January 6th insurrection. I'm like, who gives a shit what Putin has to think? Fucking screw Putin.
And look at who's agreeing with Putin.
I know. It's like, seriously, why are we even interviewing? The guy's he kills people.
Yeah.
He's a dictator that killed his top rival. And we're interviewing him like he's like this figure that we need to hear from.
Crazy.
Screw you, Putin, whatever your freaking name is, who cares what he has to think? Like, why are American journalists interviewing this guy? Because it's not good for our country. Screw that guy. He killed his top rival. He tried to kill his top rival. And we care what he has to think? Oh, you like Trump? Oh, my God, that's great, Putin. Thank you.
I'm not surprised. Because,
I'm not surprised.
To him, I think he felt like he could play Trump.
He's
and he did.
playing the American. And if you're listening to this, if you're even reading that article, it's hogwash. It's garbage.
And I think back to what John was. I'm sorry, John. You want to pop in?
What did I just agree to?
You apparently
No, you agreed. You agreed, John. You agreed
You just said yes.
that our country was being attacked and we should have looked into it. That's what I was asking you about as an American.
I think John was agreeing that he thought that, I think, John, this is what
I have no problem if you want to form a commission.
There you go. Exactly. And that was what I was going to say is like, look, we're not saying like vote to put all these people in jail. It's vote to look into it. Vote to look into what happened.
How it happened. The organizers.
In a bipartisan panel commission.
Like,
just like we did 9/11.
Just
9/11, like we did JFK.
JFK, right?
Yeah.
Like when bad stuff happens, you want to prevent it from ever happening again. Like, how did we let a bunch of right-wing extremists attack our Capitol and get inside there and put their feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk and threaten to kill the vice president? You know, and we don't want to look into it. Todd Young, you're a Hoosier. They threatened to kill a fellow Hoosier.
And find out how the police officer was killed. Find out how this woman was killed. This Air Force veteran was killed. I mean, look into it. Find out what happened. Instead of just looking at social media, looking at these videos that are posted. Give me an official report.
I guarantee you they looked into the War of 1812 when our capital was burned down and said, we can never let this happen again. We got to look into this, right?
Yes.
It's a disgrace, man. Our country's screwed right now. It really is. We need to pull it back together. And it's not people like Todd Young that are going to help us pull it back together. It's not people because he
not
is
with those votes.
Todd Young's not loyal to Hoosiers. He doesn't care what I have to think. He doesn't care what you have to think, Kevin, because we're Democrats and he doesn't care about us. He cares about the orange man in Florida. That's who he's loyal to.
I wish he did care. I mean, because I respect Todd Young as well for what he did for this country and his service to the country.
I respected.
I just wish that it would be less partisan. I really do, because that's when things get done.
By the way, so Todd Young celebrating a recent pork barrel act that he just passed. The Open Sky. What was that? We were talking about
Frontiers.
Open Frontier Act. Mm-hmm. It's pork. It's like he voted for his own pork, but when it came to the American Rescue Plan, where $51 million goes to a city like Hammond so we could build bridges and roads and stuff like that, he votes against that. So you vote against that pork because it was pushed by the president, but you like your own pork, right? Right, Todd?
Yeah, I mean the interesting about the American.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
At least Ron was consistent. Ron voted against the American Rescue Plan, and Ron voted against Todd Young's pork. At least he's consistent. Like Todd Young doesn't know what the hell he's voting for anymore. He's like, I'm against your pork, Joe Biden, but I like my own pork.
Interesting, and that was considered a bipartisan measure. The
Endless Frontier Act.
And thank you, Phil. Endless Frontier Act. So, the thing about the money that's flowing in through the American Rescue Plan. One of the criticisms of last year during Trump was that there were no state and local monies flowing. Right, because like the PPP was helping businesses. It was like, what about all the money that the cities have lost because of lost revenue? And that was, to me, that's an important component of the American Rescue Plan. Is it wasn't like Hammond was sitting here without losing money. Your casino was closed down.
We lost $14 million.
Property taxes weren't being.
Quick calculation, we lost $14 million.
So why isn't that going to be reimbursed? Because
under the new plan,
right?
It is.
But
right.
That, thank goodness.
But and Todd Young voted against that.
Mike Braun voted against it.
Right.
And this isn't, by the way, just for Hammond, Gary, East Chicago, Sherrville, Dyer, Highland, Munster. It's
San Francisco.
Carmel,
It's for
Fishers.
No, think about all
Evansville,
the businesses.
Fort Wayne.
All the businesses that are going to be working because of this
Yeah.
act that was just
Right.
passed. I mean,
Like
the
Powering
city of
America.
Hammond.
Like Powering America. When we build new bridges and we build new buildings,
Absolutely.
Powering America is going to be out there powering it up, right?
Yep.
It's like people that work for, the electric companies are going to be, working.
It's a version. It's kind of an updated version of the New Deal. Like get
right.
people working. So
In light of all of this, the stuff about Todd Young,
yes.
I got a major announcement I'm going to make.
Whoa.
I'm going to make it right now.
I didn't even know this was coming.
No, but I'm serious. I'm really pissed about all this. And
All right.
I'm going to make an announcement. We've been talking a lot about, Todd Young. We've been talking a lot about, my future and what's going to happen next year. And the major announcement I'm going to make is just the other day, I made a decision.
Okay.
I signed up for the Chicago Triathlon. It's on August 29th. And it's going to take a tremendous amount of training to make sure that I finish
You
the
just did
Chicago
one.
Tri. I know.
You're trained.
It's in Lake
You're ready.
Michigan, though. It's in Lake Michigan.
All right.
It's going to be a lot harder swim.
This
And
is
it's the
your
same.
is that
same
the announcement?
That's my announcement. Why? What did you think I was going to say?
I don't know. I think I was starting to sweat.
Really? I had a major announcement. I am running the Chicago Tri. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a real triathlon. Not that Leon's isn't. Leon's is a real
Same
triathlon.
distance though, right?
Same distance,
All right.
same everything, except for the swim is going to be much harder. I
So
think we
another
can all
real
agree.
triathlon is in your future.
This is a real triathlon. It's the same distance, but I'm really excited about it, and I'm nervous, and what the hell? I'm a triathlete.
We'll talk
so
about the
let's-
Senate
let's
after
party.
that.
Will there be a vlog on this one?
We'll have to get Johnny out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
So
John.
why
There
not?
goes your Labor Day weekend. So
Anyway,
What? That's
No,
my
I'm
birthday
kidding.
weekend. When is
Is
it?
it? August
No,
29th?
it's the weekend before.
Yeah.
so how did our initial date go, Joe?
It was good for me.
It's like
Wow.
I'm
Yes,
smoking
she
a
liked
cigarette.
it. Yeah, I noticed you were smoking a cigarette over there.
good for me, Mayor.
Not a cigar, by the way.
No,
Yeah, right.
no.
Clear.
That's
You
for
know,
Kyle.
It's like, just like any first date. Jill's a little quiet today, but she'll get more
She's
comfortable. I
gonna
imagine.
flow right in.
Does that mean I'm here on Friday?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna try it
yeah,
out. We're
yeah.
gonna try it out. One day, if you don't get invited to pre-show, things
You know
don't
what
go so
happens.
well.
Wrap it up, Mayor.
All right, cool. I just wanted to say thanks to Phil Talon for coming in. He was at pre-show last night, so we felt obligated to invite him to the studio.
Didn't have a choice. It'd been rude not
He was
to.
sort of inviting himself. He was like, hey, I'm free tomorrow, guys, and we're
I
like,
got some great ideas.
Yeah.
I thought I was replacing Lindsey, but that's fine. Jill do fine. That's fine. Whatever. Nobody cares. I'm not upset. Who's upset?
Thanks, Phil. It's good to see you here, bud. John Vez, great job producing.
yeah.
Good luck today, John.
I don't really think you do much of anything, I'll be honest, but great job anyway. Because Chris Campbell came in, he pushed a couple buttons.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't hear myself. Yeah. Anyway, thanks, John.
And good luck on the video today, John.
Great.
Well, Tom, I just want to say with your next try, I wish you much success.
Success. Thank you.
Tortillas.
Success. Thank you, Phil. Jill Gajewski, thank you very much for being our date today. Trying to fill in for the notorious LMP.
He said all 4 of your days.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
We share here.
And then
That's
my
nice.
co-host,
Yikes.
who I share drinks with, Kevin Smith. Thank you very much for being great, Kevin. Great co-host, and of course the locomotive here on LockPod. I want to remind everybody that you could rate, subscribe, review, all that stuff. We're on Stitcher, we're on Apple Pod, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook Live. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, all that stuff. Send us some mail, and we'll read it off on the show. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you on Friday.